I grew up never being Jewish enough. My dad is Jewish, my mom isn't. I lived in a predominantly Jewish town where I went to a total of 17 bat and bar mitzvahs, but I didn't go to Hebrew school myself. I knew all the words to Hava Nagila, but my parents never even told me my Jewish name until I was about 20 years old and I was stopped by Israeli immigration while boarding a birthright flight to Tel Aviv. So I was Jewish enough to go on birthright, but not enough to be accepted by the synagogues in my community as part of their insider network. The inconsistency is laughable to me. All that said, I was close enough to hear never again on repeat from my Jewish friends and family my entire life. And I always wondered, never again for who? Israel has made the answer to that devastatingly clear. The Israeli government's deliberate and unrelenting attacks on Palestinian civilians, causing over 60,000 deaths, proves that never again was never meant for everyone. As of just this month, 2 of the 3 official famine thresholds have been breached in Gaza, and the conditions are deteriorating so quickly that the worst case famine scenario is no longer a hypothetical. Over 95% of Gaza lacks access to clean drinking water because fuel shortages and collapsing infrastructure has disabled the desalination plants. At least 500 attacks on medical facilities have been documented since the war began, and only 4 of 22 UN-run clinics remain there. More than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed since May 2025 by aerial strikes while trying to access food distribution sites, while trying to get to aid. So this conflict is devastating from every angle. But I have to tell you that women are paying a distinct and disproportionate price during this war because sanitation facilities for people who are menstruating have collapsed. So without clean water, without hygiene products or functioning toilets, menstruation becomes a source of infection and a source of shame. Yet another reminder that even in crisis, women's needs are the absolute last on the list. Pregnant people in Gaza are being forced to give birth in tents, in bombed out buildings, in the backs of trucks, without clean water, electricity, anesthesia, or skilled providers. The destruction of Gaza's reproductive health infrastructure, including the only Planned Parenthood affiliate in Gaza, has been so complete that UN experts are calling it genocidal under Article 2C of the Genocide Convention. Birth control is not available, and neither is abortion, while at the same time, sexual violence is escalating at the hands of Israeli forces. And women are being forced to carry pregnancies that result from rape with no medical or legal support. The UN Human Rights Council described gender-based violence in Gaza as being carried out with strategic intent and constitutes part of a broader genocidal campaign. I cannot stress enough that this is not some version of unfortunate collateral damage. This is genocide by design, and American public opinion is now reflecting this. U.S. support for Israel's military actions has dropped 10%, 10 percentage points since 2023. Only 8% of Democrats support Israel's military action, which is saying a lot when 7 in 10 Jewish Americans identify as Democrat. This is because history taught Jews to stand up for human rights, to say never again, and to mean it. So from someone who is half Jewish, but fully human, we have no moral ground in silence. We have an obligation to protect our fellow humans in Gaza, not in spite of our history, but because of it. This is the time to speak up. So I have to ask you, will you join me?